Hello, Forecaster here again, and I am bringing you a short video on the release of Railcraft 9.7. So, if you haven't heard, Cobra Jaguar has been away for a while. He's been on a number of trips, and before he went on these trips, he suffered a hard drive failure, where he lost his development environment, and he's now back, and he has rebuilt most of his setup. And to try it out, he put together this release. It's a pretty small update, but an important one nonetheless. So I'm going to go over the new things in this update. And the first one is the rewrite of the system that moves items and fluids around trains. So this fixes the problem with the tunnel bore, where it would not put items into chest carts, it would just spit them out. And it also adds a new thing. So as you can see, and you may guess what it is, I have a locomotive connected to a tank cart, and both are empty. If I put some water cells into the tank cart, you can see it didn't immediately fill, and that's because the water went in here. Similarly, we have an empty locomotive connected to a chest cart, and if I were to put a couple of stacks of coal coke in here, you can see they're getting pulled into the locomotive. The last lot, it will only fill with one. I assume this is to reserve it. So it stops, but it will pull in more as it uses it. Now, a limitation of this system, however, is if I were to put a chest cart here and connect it to this train, I can put fuel in here, and it will not get pulled into this locomotive. So it can only pull from the cart that is directly connected. So you get to choose whether you want to provide fuel or water. And personally, I would provide water because that's what tends to run out the quickest. And the other new thing is a slight change and some additions to the Trackman's goggles. So we have the tuning aura, which is what we have had for a long time. However, this has changed slightly. So if I put these on, you can now see these lines in addition to the particles. We can also see that all of these are no longer red. They are assigned random colors, which make it a lot easier to tell them apart, which should make it a lot easier to follow your connections to see how things are set up. The next thing is the surveying aura, and this shows signal block connections. So we have two signal blocks here covering the same length of track, and each of them have a line. Now these are almost the same color, but if you look over here, we can see that these are also assigned random colors. So for example, we can see that there is a signal block between this block signal here and this block signal here. There is one between this block signal here and that one over there, and there's another one here, and so on. This is very handy indeed. And then we have the final new aura, the signaling aura. And this is a combination of these two, but with different colors. So you can now see that all of the block connections are blue. And this is to avoid them having the same colors as the aspect connections, which now reflect the aspect that they're sending. So now the controllers here are outputting green, and as these start outputting red, the color of the lines will change as well. And that is really handy. So that's it for this small update to Railcraft. There are a few bug fixes as well, and you can read about those on the update post, which you can find on the official website, railcraft.info. And that will be it for me, from me, and I will see you in the next video.